Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. It's finally here. We're in Switzerland. Thun, to be precise. Yes, we'll work on that pronunciation. Talking of which, thank you very much in the comments for the preview. I've given some of them a good go, however, not all of them. We'll just gradually get there as far as pronunciations of towns have gone. We'll go, even. As you can see, the horses are moving. I had to rework this road. Before we started, I turned off no cost. Or turned on no cost, and I also turned on the free terrain tool. They're no longer on, I just set the map up. This road you couldn't do anything with. The bridge, the two bridges, there was all sorts of weird collision, couldn't even put tram tracks down. I was testing out some starting strategies, and yeah, got to the tram, spoiler there, we're going to have a tram here, and I couldn't do anything with it, so it would have cost us a small fortune to terraform it. So I've made the river a little deeper, but we need to get on with it. First off, thank you for sticking around on the channel. If Transport Fever 2 is the only reason you're here, that's fine by me. It is my main game, even though we took a couple of weeks off. We'll be getting straight into it now. So should we? We'll talk about the rest of the things as we get going. We've got money to make, and that is currently draining away as we sit here and look at the pretties. Let's bring up the UI. There we go. It's just a double road. It saves us messing about with it later, trying to avoid collisions. I've checked that you can upgrade it, and it is possible. So what do we got to do? Well, hit pause. I mean, firstly, we've got a lot on our plate, haven't we? If you missed the preview, it will be at the beginning of the playlist when that goes up after 4 videos. So episode 3, there'll be a playlist go up, and it'll be the first video in there, sort of episode 0, and that will give you an overview of the map. But yes, we've got a lot more cities to take a look at and hook up. Our first priority is ignore this number. It's all broken. But this is how the map comes when you download it off the workshop. But anyway, yeah, this is right because the loan has been ticking away. And we bought these construction material plants because there were none on the map, which was a bit awkward given that we've got a lot of stone and had nothing to do with it. So what's the plan? Well, we've got to cover the interest, haven't we? Otherwise it's just going to keep going down. And we're going to start with our favourite, which is building some bricks, some construction materials. And eventually we're going to get them into Steffensburg. And over here we've had to change 2 town names as what they are on the map. I believe these are French now, which brings me to how many languages are represented on this small map, this small region of Switzerland. 3. Now, if you just include the towns, if you include the money, it's 4, as the currency's Latin. This Domodossola, that's Italian. These 2 are definitely French. I think the rest are German. Possibly. There may be more French around. So yes, we've got a lot of accents to deal with and dialects. Each of these valleys seems to have a different dialect and way to pronounce it. Should we get going? Let's do our first thing. Now, money's enabled, as you saw. And if you go back to the previous series, the Midwest Main Line, and you see how that started and how it finished, you have to start slow. I like that we've got money enabled because it adds a little bit of a challenge to what we've got to do. And this is going to be costing us a fortune. If we look at the ground where I want to place it, it's a bit hilly, but we'll do it. We'll do it. Let's get going. Let's get building. There we go. Going to get our truck station. We're going to do kind of a loop. Yeah, this really is going to be pricey. They're not all like this. If we do it like that, that should be fine, shouldn't it? And then we'll edit it. Why am I doing this? Because you need to cover the cost of your loan, your initial loan. You never start with actual money. I'm sure many of you know, but if you're new to Transport Fever, that's why I do this. That's the wrong way around. Go that way. I figured out a way to eyeball that. It may just prove me wrong in a second. But when you put the exits and entrances as one way, they tend to lean to one side or the other. And as you saw, it leant towards this side, which would have been that platform. So yeah, I believe that's the way you can tell. Oh yes, I wanted to show you this as well. No catenaries, because we're going to be electrified fairly early in Switzerland. I believe it was electrified roughly at the same time the universe was created. That's how early. Okay, not quite that early. It was certainly one of the first countries to have electrification early on and make use of it. There we go. We'll have that there, and we'll put that up there, heading out. Is that the right way around? Yes. So our trucks, that's what we're starting with. We have motorized trucks. We don't have to deal with horse and buggies. No. I believe everything is motorized. That's why we're starting in 1890. I do have to play it though. I was doing that for the intro. Right, so date speed on. We're good. We're good. Click it. Click it. Start how you mean to go on, Grand. No, don't do terraforming. Goodness me. How much did that cost us? Look at it. Look at it burning our money away. We'll do pretties when we've earned the right to do pretties, which will not be for a while, a few episodes at the very least. But I kind of like starting, getting everything set up with the basics. It does please me. Right, you're going there. That's our depot in. We've got our first connection, our very first station in. Where are we going here? We're going to be dropping off and picking up here. There's a couple of ways we can do this. We can just drop off at a bus stop on the road and then drive through, or we can have a double station. I'm going to say a double station because it will look kind of cool. And it'll be a little bit different to what we just did. And it'll be making use of two-way roads. I still click on the wrong ones, you'll be pleased to know. I've noticed myself doing it on my own playthroughs. We're also on a huge, dip down here. I placed this factory, so it's my own fault. Anyway, look at how much it's going to cost us. See? Not cheap. Not cheap at all. Let's configure that. Or configure the one you were doing. I didn't close that, did I? There we go. Configure this one instead. That's better. Right, this is going to be two-way. We're going to have goods in and goods out. Whichever way around it works. We should also do something with these roads, shouldn't we? So it's just not stranded there. You don't technically have to. And we'll use a big road too. Ooh, actually, I wouldn't mind upgrading this section to a large road. There we go. Lovely. I've also noticed we're going to have to get used to this. The map creator has been planting trees willy-nilly all over the road. So, yeah, we're occasionally going to get to these points. Well, we don't need to use the bulldozer. We could just use the asset removal tool and it'll get rid of them. So, yeah, we're going to have to keep an eye out for that. It could make some cab rides interesting, for instance. Yep, forest on the road. It's alright. It's fine. It's fixable. Not like it's game breaking, is it? Let's just check along the road, shall we? Get it all done. You're a bit close. Yeah, you're pretty much on the road. I mean, I don't mind you. I notice we've got a lot of pine trees. That's going to be a mission. What is that? Oh yeah, logging. I don't know where we're going to have that. Ooh, that's tough. Alright then, guys. I'm determined to get all of our starter routes up and running. And hopefully we'll be making money sooner rather than later. Right, this one. We're going to come out here flat to start with. Same here. As I want to hook into there as well. We may need to... No, that's fine. There we go. Like that. And we'll do the same here. It's just for looks, really. There we go. It's all connected. Looks like it's supposed to be there, doesn't it? Okay. This is going up here. Hopefully it doesn't look too... Look how steep it is, guys. Goodness me, we might need to go further out. Because that is rough. No way. We can shift M and N and try and get that better. Maybe? I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's a bit of a sort of an off-ramp, isn't it, down there? Perhaps if we come off here first, straight, and then connect up. That's tidier. That is much tidier. I like that. Much better. There we go. Acceptable. What do you reckon? I mean, it's a bit steep. Oh dear. Could we not faff around with the entrance? Otherwise, we're going to be up to episode 900 and I'm still putting the roads in. It's so steep. It's very deceiving. But that's not bad, is it? Let's just put it in, Grand, and leave it alone. Okay, new line. Our first line. Let's do it. We're going from all the way back here. And all the way down here. And we've got new colours. If you didn't see the modded finale of the previous series, there was a bit of a teaser on what some of the mods were. And this was one of them. We've got a lovely selection. But we're going to go with the standard stony colour. Actually, it's kind of a light colour, isn't it? We can go with a lighter grey. Look at that. And I don't know what this is going to be called. Is it Briennes? That'll do. Briennes. I did try to look them up. Here's the problem, guys. I'm playing Railway Empire at the moment as well. Some of you may know who are watching. So I've got Swedish, German, French, Norwegian, I believe, Danish. Yes, an Italian. One Italian city on the map. It's getting a bit too much for me. But I will get into the flow. I'm starting to with the Swedish towns. Stone haulage. Yes, let's do it. Perfect. Haulage for trucks, freight, or trains. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get them going. We're gonna start with a couple just to kick it off. Here's our vehicles. You'll see there are horses around, but we don't need them. So if we go to cargo, we've got these little trucks. I'm sure you remember these, the DMG Cannstatt. That's what we're going with, Cannstatt. It's a German engine. There you go. Oh, also, I've added some. Oh, can I remember where they're from? Austrian, I believe. Steam engines, as they could theoretically run down here. A lot of the base vanilla vehicles are Swiss anyway. We're good there. We're going to try and get a few of the neighbouring countries' vehicles in where possible, just to take a look at them. How many should we start with? Well, we've got to build the other stuff, so we're going to start with 2. I know it may make some people uncomfortable, but I don't mind losing out on cargo because it's an infinite supply, and it's not worth panicking about. So, right, that's 1 done. This is probably going to be our biggest money earner, and the one we're going to concentrate on adding vehicles to first as we go. Here's our next one that I'd like to hook up. We'll do something similar here. Although we could technically have a proper turnaround here, couldn't we? We could just go with a turnaround. And turn around in the yard itself. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Let's just have a normal turnaround with, we only need 1. Like that. And then that should be good. Since we don't need to really head out the other way, they can just spin round, can't they, in there? Trucks do that in real life. Right, how's the road? Put it in. 7k. 1 done. There we go. How much money are we going to make from all these? We'll see before the end, hopefully. Oh, I haven't left myself much room here, have I? And it's a bit bumpy. Right, we're going to rework this bit of road. It's going to cost us money, but I don't like that junction. We can make that flat and make a proper junction for us. And we'll make it with a bigger road too. There we go. It'll cost a bit, but that's where all of our connections will be. And this road can then come off the flat section that we've already made and head up. It's very steep, isn't it? What you get in Switzerland. Hills, lumpy ground. That's what we all got to deal with. Okay, we're going to connect these 2 up. And this one's going to be at that junction. Picking up goods. To drop off, we're going to do something a little different. We're just going to have a little drop-off station. Just there. That's how we're going to drop them off. And for the actual delivery, we don't need it yet. If you're still used to the mechanics of Transport Fever 1, it's a little different in 2. There's no completed production line that you need to do. So you can just deliver to the factories. And that's it. You can just keep running backwards and forwards. However, you're never going to make cities grow, and you're not going to reach your full potential. But it is a good starting point, rather than have to just do the same old copy-paste grain. Was it grain food city? That was every city you could do that in the first Transport Fever. Not this map. No, they've got strict requirements on what you can deliver. Oh dear, what's happened up here? I guess it's like a... I might have to just sort that out. No, I'll tell you what, we'll leave it there, as we're not dealing with iron anytime soon. Okay, that's them done. We need to make this line. It's always a bit of a slow start, isn't it? Always. There to there. That's all they need to do. Look at that, and they go around our little road. It's beautiful. Now, what are we using? It's kind of the lighter grey. And this would be that place. Stone haulage. Done. Beautiful. There we go. 2 lines up and running already. We're going to do something different the other side of the Alps. This part of the Alps anyway. Yeah, we're going to set up food over there. So it'll be a little different. I guess we can have this on the junction. Doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah, put that on the junction. I mean, eventually, when we can afford it and we've earned our money to make the map look beautiful, we could do some detailing with these and make it like a little depot-y area. Done and done. Let's get a couple of vehicles and put them on that line. Oh, I didn't colour them either. You're doing 2 to start with. Yeah, you can't colour them, can you, when you buy them? No. That's okay. Did I put them on the line? I don't even know whether I put them on the other line either. No, I didn't, did I? It's fine. It's fine. Oh, yeah, we can colour them. There you go. Not all bad, considering. Right, so... Did I put them both on the same one? You two need to go... Oh, dear, where have I put them? Wait. Where are these vehicles? Okay, so those 2 are in there. I'm not this rusty, I promise. I'm trying to think of what I need to tell you in the first episode, and it has deleted everything I know in my head about Transport Fever, apparently. Or I can show you how to fix it all. That's what I'm going to say. What is that? Set line. New line? No, not new line. Come on, just you 2. Oh, we can't see it. Now, this is a good thing to see. We've got the show only visible lines or show all lines. They actually want to be over there, don't they? There we go. There we go. Hopefully they're coming out onto here now. Yes, perfect. Well, that was a bit of a mess, wasn't it? That's what you get, Grand. Trying to think and talk all at the same time. It's not like it's what we're leaning to doing for a living or anything. Oh, this bridge is acceptable, isn't it? So, this here, Sierra, there we go, requires food. And this is kind of a nice sort of a triangle. We're going to be only empty running after we deliver and then back to the grain farm. So we're going to do like a complete loop and we're going to get this city growing. There's more food that needs taken down there. However, you notice we've only got one actual farm here and a food production place. So we either bring it in from up here, which I don't want to do as they're going to have their hands full delivering to those 2 cities. Well, they've got to take it all the way down here first. And so we're going to build more farms when we can afford it. Our money, we're already down to 3.5 million. Goodness me. That didn't take long, did it? We're going straight through the money. Is that the right way round? Yes. I feel like it needs to be the other way around. I'll take it though. We'll see. No, it is this way round, isn't it? It depends which way we come into here. We can kind of cheat with it. Well, not cheat. Utilize the game mechanics. We only need to connect to the actual farm itself. Let's see. Don't delete it. Let's see if we can... If I've put this the right way around. I think I have. No, I haven't. It's supposed to be that way around. It's fine. We can do it. We can do a loop around there first. I don't want the trucks tripping over each other, if possible. So you don't want passengers getting on there. Get out of this mode. Now, we don't have one-way streets yet, so we're just going to be using these roads. I guess we could use the smaller ones up here. And can we hook into there? That'll do me. That'll do me. There we go. We're all connected. Multiple ways. And we'll need something up here. This is going to be a drop-off and pick-up scenario. We've got a bit of a molehill there, so perhaps across the road where it's nice and flat will be a lot cheaper. We could do something similar. I would like them to go the other way for this though. We'll go that way, and then we'll, once we've edited... Was that 100k? Goodness me. Not messing around with the prices, are they? Yes, that's the right way around. Get that in. Oh, yeah, get out of edit mode. Alright, let's get us a road in. We're going to go in like that. We're going to come here, come off like that. And we then can drop off our goods with just a little drop-off point in Sierra. That captures everything. It's only a small city, small town, village at the moment. 59 residents, and the only requirement they have is bread. We can enable sandbox mode later on, but I think limiting the growth and just concentrating on the pretties would be a good idea. I'll talk more later in the series about what we're doing with the rail network. We're going to have ships as well, and they're all going to be as close as possible to the real thing. So I'll be looking at the current rail network, possibly some of the historic stuff. We're going to have a nice little mounting train route up here. It's going to wind around, and there'll be some tunnels and spiral loops and all goodness coming. Okay, is that everything? Yeah, this is going to be quite profitable, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. Let's get this one running. New line. We're going to go start there, then go there, and then on the way back we're going to drop off. Did I do it all the right way around? Yes, you see they don't cross over. There's kind of foodie colour. That'll do. And I've done it the wrong way around here. You'll see they cross over here. You can avoid that by switching this around. It doesn't take long. And here's the cool thing about Transport Fever that's been around for a while. If you did, let's just name this a second. This would be Sierra. Yeah, Sierra food production, because it's the whole thing, isn't it? Not just part of it. So that will include food delivery and grain haulage. So we'll just call it production. Anyway, yes, the Sierra South. You'll see it's there. And if we delete it, it'll obviously remove it and be unhappy. There it goes. I'm going to delete these back, and we're going to switch that round. So it's facing the other way. This way. That's the way round we want it. There we go. Just so they don't cross over. It's just best practice, not required for this map by any stretch of the imagination. So we'll get it in there. We'll do the same again really quickly. I know I'm throwing money around like it's going out of fashion, when I should be conserving our funds. Wrong way around. You're going that way now. There we go. One in, one out. Right, get you up there. We could make that smoother. Again, not necessary, but I'm doing it anyway. And you're going that way. In fact, could we? Maybe. We could probably make that smoother. The more you zoom in, the finer the movements you can attain on laying road and planning. Right, that should have fixed it. And we don't cross over here with ourselves, which is the one thing I want to avoid. If we have more going here, my plan later is we buy a farm and build it just there, and just have a lot of farmage going along. This looks like the perfect place for a depot, almost like it was planned that way. I don't know whether it was. Hey guys, we'll be able to hit play before the first episode is out. That's good. And then we can monitor the rates on the lines. Here we go. Let's buy the vehicles here. And this time, assign them to a line. We're going to have 4 on this one. 158k. We're going to colour them all red food colour. And we're going to put them onto that line there. The food production. Let's do it, guys. First time. We're hitting play. Off go our lovely trucks. In food bread colour. / grain. They're going to start kicking up production here. You see our grains going. When they get to the food processing plant, they'll drop off and pick up eventually. The first couple will obviously not. And over here we should have stone delivery to the station. Yep, there we go. We're going to need much more, obviously. Now, let's see. Do we have to play the depot lottery? Possibly. We're going to double this up. We're going to need a boatload or truckload of these to start with. So we'll do that. Please come out of this depot. Go on. For me. Clone it. Oh, you're beautiful. I wonder if because there have been some patches during the Midwest. It started like pretty much before, I would say, the game came out publicly. So I'm wondering if the save itself was a bit messed up. I don't know. It's early days, isn't it? I'm sure we'll play the lottery at some point. Anyway, what have we got to do here? We're going to go into the line tool. Our first priority, this is an estimation. It's usually a little lower. It can be too high as well, but usually it's too low. And we have to get this up to 400 for both the stone and I believe 400 for the grain as well. No, 200 for the grain. So there we go. That's what we're going to do. And as you can see, 400 production, shipment, 100. If we go to consumers, we're delivering to that one. Or it might be that. No, it is that one. And we're delivering 100 there. That's how much they require. We're not linked to the other two. So there we go. And it is 100, as if we click on this, it should take us directly there. That's its maximum output, 100. And it's a 1-for-1. So 1 stone gives you 1 brick. Perfect. Right, so that's that bit done. Now we'll double up on here too, now that they've made their way down. You'll see they're starting to kick out their deliveries pretty quickly. No, you don't want to do it via there. We might as well do it via here and test out the depot lottery theory. We'll look at it and make sure. Manage vehicles. Let's do it. Oh, you're beautiful. All right, well, I mean, I'll take it. If it's fixed, I'm happy. It might have been the Midwest map just is a bit broken. But when it was started, it couldn't be rectified. Who knows? Right, grain. We're going to have to do something up here as well. We'll probably just go ahead. Look at them all. And we're not going to keep doing that, though. Because if we keep doubling up every time the line, before you know it, we're going to have a larger number than is even comprehensible. It's like the whole chess pieces, isn't it? If you put 1 grain of rice on the chessboard, and then 2 on the next square, and then 4, and then 8, then 16, and so on. There's not enough grain in the world. I don't know whether that's actually true or not. It wouldn't surprise me. Anyway, enough about math and rice. We could do it grain, couldn't we? Yeah, it would, there's not enough grain on the map, that's for sure. So there we go. It'll be nice to see a profit. It's going to take a while. You'll see that annually we're still in the red. 50,000 francs is what we've got to deal with as a monthly payment to the bank manager. Pretty much we took out a startup loan. Right, let's go back over here. Yeah, look, they're filling up quite nicely. Is the depot lottery going to be kind to us? Beautiful. I'm getting confident now. That'll bite me later. There's another 4 trucks on there. We're never really going to meet it with trucks. And yes, I hear you. We could take out loans. In fact, how much of a loan can we borrow? 10 million. Let's try not do that. What I'd prefer to do is cover our own expenses and go from there. We're going to earn the right to make some pretty stuff. Yeah, look at that. It's all go. I do love this. Now, what happens if you could build all this at some point? Yeah, that's it. That's a different game, isn't it? That'd be a factory game of some sort. Okay, back over here. We're going to do the same here as well. This line, manage vehicles. It's doing it from each depot. I don't know. Guys, I'm just happy right now. It genuinely made me smile. As it has made me smile this week, really, because I've been preparing the series and I've been really looking forward to getting into recording Transport Fever 2 for you guys again. Now, it's going to be a bit of a rocky start. Yeah, went there. And the reason being is we've got to do the legwork, haven't we? We've got to do what's needed, lay the foundations. And then at the end of the series, if we've got a beautiful looking map, I mean, we've got a bit of a mission to follow up after the Midwest. That went really well. And as some of you may know, I have never played on a map like this with mountains. Oh, that looks good over there. Look at that, it's beautiful. We are going to have planes. We're going to have boats, and we're going to have did I say trains? I don't think I did. Trains, planes and boats and automobiles. Right, we're going to double up on this now. Manage vehicle. No, we're not doubling up. That's crazy talk. We put 4 more. Yes, they came out of there. It's the small things, isn't it, that make you happy. Right, and we'll go over here. We'll probably keep doing this till the end of the episode, and that way we're done then, aren't we? We've got to start, and until we're broke, that's what we'll do, because these are just going to keep ticking over once they're running, and we want to be buying as soon as possible. Yes, I could just buy them all and try to math it out, but you want the line. Manage vehicles. Let's put another 4 on here. Oh, it came out of there. Yes. So how's our rates doing for all our lines? We're miles off. There we go. That's what we are. Miles off. And we will be for a while. That's just how we've got to deal with it to start with. It's going to be a little bit of a slow start. However, it shouldn't be too long before we start unlocking new vehicles. Now, what I would like to do sooner rather than later, possibly in the next episode, is set up our first ferry. And we're going to go from Toon to Speed. Yep, there. Spies. Spirits. I will get the hang of it, guys. I'll keep looking them up as we go through. And it almost looks like it should be a dock here, or even there. And our other one's going to be on this little jetty type thing going on. I don't know the name of it. These have a name, don't they? Like an actual name. I can't remember what it is. How's Toon doing? Have you recovered a bit? You have. I'm surprised that they only require one item. However, they don't, do they? Because as I said, what we're doing is making this one ginormous capital with these as suburb type thing for our map, for our purposes. So eventually, if we supply everything here, it's sort of, they want double the bread or food, and they also want construction materials, and they also want goods. And as we've seen, the only place to get goods on this map is all the way over in Domodossola. Okay, I can't. It's just I trip over all the letters. All we have to do then is just deliver from there. Yeah. I mean, that will be okay. We have a road. Eventually, we want to do it by shipping it. I don't know if we can get an airport down there somewhere. It'll be all a bit snug, wouldn't it? Maybe over here. Yeah, there's a big area here. We could maybe have an airport. And then another one over out the way here with some stuff going on. That's a long way off though. We're not going to afford an airport anytime soon. We're nearly through our first year though. I promise you that future episodes will go a little bit faster as we start to earn money. And we've got the basics out the way. I will be researching. Yeah, this is it. We'll check on how much each of these trucks is earning us in a second. I'm going to put a couple more on. Yes. There we go. Another 4 on that. What was I saying? Yes, I'm going to be researching the current rail network. I believe it runs this side. And we're going to do a good job at... Interlaken has an airport. Well, there we go, guys. We've got our first bus. I believe that's a bus. The Landor. Yeah, that. 20 kilometers an hour. You speedy beast. And for 40k. Which is good, because soon we're going to have to start setting up public transport for our ferry. Now, possibly in the next episode. Depending on how well it goes with our industry. What was I talking about? Airports? Something. Hey, I got distracted. It was important. I'm sure it was. There was an airport here, maybe. I don't know. What was you talking about, man? It's the new vehicles. Every time they pop up, I forget what I'm talking about. Oh yes, we're supposed to be looking at how much this is costing us. Now, when we can afford to pay for the terraforming, we can do things like just cut the route down, make it a little bit better. For example, go straight down there instead of wiggle around. And maybe have a little tunnel here. Now, tunnels. In the comments of the preview, some of you were not impressed. Some of you would not be impressed, I should say, if I start doing tunnels for our trains. Well, look, we can't avoid it, really. What I won't do is just plough a line straight through. Although, for science, shall we do it? Just for science, don't let go. You probably won't be able to afford it anyway. Let's pick, say, from here. Make it flat. Well, we don't need to make it flat. Right. How much would it cost us just to plough through all the way to the other side? Yeah, see, we're not doing that. That's brilliant, though. So that's how much it would cost us if we just wanted to cheese it. 68.5 million. It's not too bad, really. Towards the end, we could just do it for giggles and have some sort of express line, I guess. But no, that's not what we'll be doing for a long time. We'll be wiggling up the mountain with our rail line and doing some spiral tunnels where they make their way down gradually, backwards and forwards. Follow the mouse. Yeah, that's how we'll be doing that. Anyway, as a vehicle, every time I come... Oh, no, there we go. Are you full? Yeah, we get to see how much they earn. This is the only cab ride we've got today. Let's do it. Very, very dapper. Look at him with his feet up on the dash. That's amazing. I guess they don't have pedals. That's kind of cool, though. You got a lot of stuff in there, sir. And how much are you going to earn us? Let's see. Come on. Earn us a lot. There's a lot of detail in the animations in these. Does that be like some sort of flywheel? Which way round are you going? Oh yes, you're doing that, aren't you? Yeah, we need to, if you see, at the moment it's just doing that. But when we've got the other line running, we'll send them round. 23 Nearly 24k. Okay, so every one of these trucks, every single one, is earning us 25k a pop. And I don't know what the running cost would be. We'd need one that's been all the way there and back. I'm going to say we'll add another few vehicles on here though, because that's making us a fortune. Get on there. What sort of rate are we up to here? Oh, look at the blue numbers. Blue numbers means happy GT, as that's profit. And what does profit make? Scenery. Yes, scenery and beauties. Oh, we don't really have a camper. I guess we could just jump on one of these, right? That'll be fine. Because if you're new to the channel and my Transport Fever 2 exploits, then always end with a cab ride of some sort. We won't have a long one though for trucks, but we will have one nonetheless. Alright guys, I think we've set up a good initial run here, and I think we'll dig ourselves out of a loss per year. Well, already, what we in? I don't know whether this lines up. It should line up, hopefully, to the calendar. But yeah, we're already covering our loan interest easily. Look at that, 102,000 in June. I really do hope this lines up correctly. Yes, I believe it does, because it's a flat year. So as long as we don't mess around with the date, it should just say 1890, 1891. Whether it's actually January to December, we'll see. Because we did have it paused a little bit at the start. I might have fluked it. But anyway, guys, money. Oh, well, we've got to pay for the running costs of the vehicles. Have we got a truck? Oh, yeah. Trucks are spacing themselves out, if you're wondering. We're going to put another 4 on these, on this line, because it's our most profitable. Let's just go with these up top. And boom. Oh, there they go. Yeah, line rate 59 at the moment. That's going to keep going up. We've got 61 on the food. Look at them all. Look at them all earning us money. I'm happy. I am super happy. And away he goes. That's been it, guys. Episode 1. We've got a long road. I should have had... Come on. Do that properly. We've got a long road ahead of us. Yes. As we head down to drop off our stone. No, that's not what it's all about. We've got a long road ahead of us to build up a massive fortune of billions and build some very scenic railway. Also got some ships to put on and eventually aim for an airport or 2 on the map and get those going sooner rather than later. We're going to plow through these. We're going to go full on profit, and we're going to try and get the money up and paying for all the expansion as soon as possible. I'm going to say though, for a little, what is it, 25 kilometers an hour truck on just a road, this map is beautiful. I'm so excited for what we can do with it. It's going to be challenging, yes, but oh, that's half the fun, isn't it? There we go, guys. Trucks galore. They're our money earners. We're going to keep adding to them in the next episode. We're going to keep an eye on the rates. We don't want too much of a chain going. So what I think we'll do is start delivering some construction materials down into Toon. Well, one of the suburbs anyway, that requires it, and get them growing. Then we'll set up our first bus line and maybe a harbour. I don't know how much it'll cost. We could always take a loan out if we're easily covering the amounts. And that's it, guys. I'll see you next time, and until then, take care.